This episode is going to go down in one of two ways. Either we start things off with the win here against Oakland and continue to push towards being at the top of a very weak NFC West, or it goes down like every other season, and we end up simming to the end, and it just being capped off by the draft, really. And let's hope it doesn't go down in that way. But the entire chain of events will be set by what happens here. We are jumping right into it. There is really nothing else to do. They have a 1 overall point advantage, and if this team wants to finally live up to their potential, they will walk away with a big win here. If we lose here, we're not exactly out of the playoff structure. We very well could make it if we start picking up wins, but it'll be a little bit more difficult because I have a feeling we'll be down by at least 2 games if we were to lose here. We'll see what happens, though. We know that this roster is talented enough. We don't have a truly elite running back or wide receiver, but in terms of this team being well-rounded enough to say sneaking into the playoffs, I think they're at least capable of that. But time will tell. Let's see what happens here. Through the first quarter we go. Who will strike first? The answer is nobody in the opening 15 minutes. We move on to halftime, still scoreless. Oakland gets the opening touchdown of the game. They respond with a field goal and take that 10-0 lead with them into halftime. We go through the third. Can the offense get anything going? Oakland on the 7 here. We have been shut out through 3 quarters, and the Raiders strike. It is 17-0. Can the offense get going here? They cannot. Adonis Austin with an interception, and that will more than likely do it. 20-0 with 10 minutes left. And we talked about just a few minutes ago needing a strong start to this episode, a motivating, momentum-building win. We lose 23-3. Only picking up that field goal in the closing seconds of the game. And now there is an extreme amount of concern. Joey McCormick, 23 of 34, 225 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. DeMarcus Reynaud, only 63 yards on the ground. Receiving-wise, you had Sapp and Mack with 6 receptions each. Mack led the way in terms of yardage. The offensive line struggled a bit. 5 sacks allowed in total. Defensively, someone like Darby Klemm was obviously going to have his tackles, boosted because of our lack of possession time. Quite a few sacks that game too, but it just wasn't enough. Grant Frome hit that field goal, and granted, we didn't lose 25-0 like Baltimore did. I just caught that at the end of the ticker, but like I said, that's going to put us between a rock and a hard place here. Back-to-back losses. We have games coming up against Denver, Kansas City, and Philly. And time will tell. I don't think we're going to be waving the white flag on going week to week just yet. Might change up a couple of things with the playbook or whatever else, even though the playbook pretty much is perfect for what we're doing, how we're set up. Easy for me to say. $23 million offer to Gilmore. He accepts. Nolan, I might as well bring back as a depth option, especially if he's willing to accept that, and he is not. Rashawn Price, kind of don't have to bring back, but I'll try to. Boy, you guys have some nerve asking for money when you'll be unemployed otherwise. 200 points in the scouting department. Let's see what we are dealing with. I genuinely don't remember what the hell I was scouting out right now. I know the O-line was very weak. Was it linebackers? Or were we finishing up on the O-line? It was still on the O-line. Okay. Well, all those 6th-round picks I'm not going to be scouting, so Corey Truong will be the last guy that we check out there, and we will move over to the defensive line, but just a absolutely brutal way to start. Bill Jacobs, thank you for your service. Reese Wagner, welcome aboard. And as far as Mr. Nagy is concerned, again, doesn't really have the points. Trying to save up for a running back or a wide-out boost. Really, I guess that depends on whether or not we end up with a good running back in an upcoming draft, with Reynaud not exactly developing. So we go back to the defensive line. It is going to be very simple to scout out everybody because we don't have that many good options. Right end, at least, there's a few more options, but in terms of good options, I stand by my previous statement. we'll check out those two that are projected to go in the 5th round before moving over to defensive tackles. Now, as far as this team is concerned, again, we have the run and shoot offense right now, which we are very well adjusted for, but we're just not getting it done. Makes you wonder why. I mean, right now we're running the Green Bay offense. I mean, maybe I should cut down on the frequently passing deep side of that, though. So we do want to be a pass-first offense, and in terms of the running game, actually, let me double-check with Reynaud in terms of how he's set up and what he's good at, because we still don't have our other guy. He's more of an elusive back, also somewhat of a receiving back. So let's set up a different strategy here. I mean, zone run West Coast is decent enough. Multiple zone run. I mean, a Matt Patricia playbook is kind of scary, though. I gotta be honest. Oh, Sean McVay, huh? Zone run West Coast. That could work. I mean, again, attacking short and intermediate levels of the field. It's just what we're looking to do with the running game. I don't know. The LA Rams offense might be the best way to go. I don't think the New England playbook is going to work out for us. Screens and short passes, zone and power runs. Again, we just don't really have a strong power back option right now. So, I mean, the Pat Shurmur offense sounds good in terms of multiple targets, but it is tough to say what I want to go for here. I guess I do want to keep it to somewhat shorter throws. Oh, boy. Especially, too, with the O-line being a little bit shaky, trying to go for longer throws might not work out all that well for us. Passing short, medium, occasion. You know, let's go for the Nagy playbook. Let's do it. Defensively, you know what? I'm going to completely trust Matt Nagy's playbook. Why not? Granted, right now we're running a multiple 4-3, and he runs a 3-4. But I think we'll be okay. In fairness, I could switch to a 3-4. Scheme fit-wise, I mean, it really doesn't matter. So let's do it. We'll run a base 3-4. It'll be fine, and we'll just basically completely line it up with what Nagy does as a coach to begin with. We play the 3-4 Broncos at home. And if the prior games weren't must-win to stay competitive, this one certainly will be. Again, 78 overall for both teams. Another very winnable game, because that's the thing. You see, the majority of the teams that we're coming up against, we're not coming up against 85-plus overall teams. Very rarely are we seeing like 83, 84 rated teams. A lot of clubs are in the same exact spot as we are. Now, granted, Denver doesn't have a winning record, but the level of competition, it's not like we're multiple steps behind in terms of the talent level on the squad. This team is good enough. They just have to find a way to start closing out and winning games. We go through the first quarter. Denver, with the opening possession, could not do anything, but they do get a field goal on their next drive. And again, we have a scoreless first 15 minutes. Can we get anything going here? The offense is just non-existent. The field goal for Denver now, 6-0. And that'll be the score. We are shut out through the opening half an hour of a game for the second game in a row as we go through the third here. Now 9-0 Denver. We respond with a touchdown, so it's 9-7. So we head into the fourth quarter. The offense finally gets something going. And we'll be taking over here at our own 7. Can we get anything out of this drive? No, we cannot. Just under 11 minutes left. Can defense hold up? No, they cannot. 12-7 with 4:52 to go. They did a hell of a job of taking a lot of time off the clock. Let's see what we're dealing with. We are forced to punt early. Can we get a stop here? No, we can't. 12-7 is your final. We put up 10 points in 2 games. And our chances of making it to the playoffs have seemingly gone up in smoke. 20 of 33, 216 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. Reynaud, 71 yards rushing with the touchdown. Receiving-wise, Sapp had a great game, or a good game at least, led the way in terms of reception and yardage. The O-line, again, struggled a little bit. Defensively, Ross and Griffith saw a lot of action. Quite a few tackles for loss. 2 sacks for Frank King. But overall, nothing. Nothing going our way right now. And if we lose this next game, I think that'll be the death knell, and we'll just start simming rather than jumping in. Absolutely brutal. We fall to 3-5 on the season. I'm going to double check here once we get to week 10 what the standing situation is. So the Rams at 4-4. I mean, we are still in this. The NFC West sucks. We are absolutely still in this race. We just need to start winning games. And for whatever reason, the offense has just completely crapped out over the past few games. So we'll sign Nolan. Again, I'm at least going to bring everybody back. I'm allowed to trade people for nothing if I want to, so we'll try to bring back Price for a little bit of extra money. Thank you. And then the rest, I'll still probably bring them back, but they're not really key players. Scouting-wise, back to the defensive line. Let's see what we have here. It's going to be Freeney and Massey, and then defensive tackles. We at least have quite a few options, including Banks Agnew, the top option, the only player projected to go in the first round out of this class of defensive tackles, as we'll probably continue to scout up to the 6th round. Whenever you see a bunch of 6th rounders like that, they never end up being that great. We play the 2-6 Chiefs. I'm changing us out of the run and shoot because it's just not working. What's our next highest rated? A 61 in vertical zone run, a 66 in the spread offense. We're not going to do that. So let's go to the vertical zone run, and we'll see what we're doing here, right? We'll change out of that offense because that didn't work either. And could go with the Lewis setup. Hugh Jackson, I'd rather jump off a bridge than use one of your playbooks there. Oh, goodness gracious. This is not the situation I wanted to find us, in for this episode. Absolutely brutal. Let's go for the Rams playbook, I suppose. Defensively, we'll still stick with the Nagy setup right now. Again, a 3-4 works, a 4-3 works. It really doesn't matter. I might switch back to a 4-3 though. Yeah, let's go back to a 4-3. What playbook can we use here? And it's, in theory, in the real world situation, it wouldn't be great to constantly be switching this up, but what are you going to do? I might go with the New England playbook because of that versatility, and we are fortunate enough to have that level of versatility with the defensive tools that we have right now. Let's see what happens. We are throwing anything and everything at the wall to see what sticks, but if we lose to the Chiefs here, it's over. Regardless of how bad our division is, if we lose 3 in a row, I mean, technically, this would be 4 in a row, dating back to last episode, we're done. We have to turn this around. Patrick Mahomes not having a very good season at all. Oh, boy, come on. We're good enough. I know we are. We can turn the corner. And the worst part is, it's such a weak division. There's no excuse for this team to not be good enough to take that division title. Yet right now, it's an uphill battle for sure. Let's see what happens. Can the offense get going, or will we be shut down early is the question. The Chiefs get 3 points on their opening drive. Those are the only 3 points of the first quarter. To halftime we go. We tie it up with a field goal. Not bad. We at least get points. And there we go. Look at that. We didn't get shut out in 3 straight games up to halftime. A touchdown in the second quarter. We're up 10-3 as we begin the third. Hopefully the defense can hold on. Still 10-3. Late surge now 13-3. A 10-point game. Although the Chiefs respond quickly. Less than 2 minutes with a field goal, now 13-6. The offense cannot get anything going. Tootin with a 72-yard punt to pin them back at the 3. Good Lord. The Chiefs, though, march all the way down the field from the 3 to tie this game up. Heartbreaking. 13-all. The offense stalls out again. Barry Hess with an interception. The Chiefs take a 3-point lead with 1:45 remaining. Shit. All right, let's see here. This might be the last bit of action that we see this year, guys. Oh, can McCormick lead the team downfield from the 25 to either tie or win this game, or are we done for? McCormick, quick throw over the middle to Wilson. He'll get the first down. Pickup of 13. McCormick under 200 yards passing. He has a touchdown and a pick in this game, but very infrequently do you see him with that little yardage. McCormick, throw to the right. Wide open. Jamius Mack. He's taking off. Jamius Mack. Touchdown Cardinals. Jamius Mack has that sprinter's speed, 62 yards. And the Cardinals regain the lead. How do you like that? A wide open Mack on the out route from the looks of it, and he just takes off. You are not going to catch him. You're just not going to. Shout out to that recorded game clip. Shout out to that recorded game clip. Jamius Mack. Oh yeah, we need a pylon cam for this. Ooh, look at our technology we have in the game that made no sense for us to show off there. Don't worry about it. Beautifully done. 20-16, 1:23 left. Did we leave them with too much time is the question. First play is incomplete. Second play is picked. Avius Hutton, who is a roster fill player, with an interception, and that should be the game as we burn their timeouts. Here comes the field goal, I would hope, or McCormick can kneel. I guess we got a first down out of it. It didn't look like we got the first down. Doesn't matter. Joey McCormick finds Jamius Mack, who does the rest. The Chiefs continue to struggle, but the Cardinals get a major victory. 20-16, and we're right back in the playoff hunt. Beautifully done. McCormick, 18 of 28, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Hughes, 88 yards on 22 carries, 24 yards for Reynaud on the 7 attempts. Mack, that was just his 4th reception. A game-high 4th reception for Mack. That's ridiculous. 108 yards, though, and a touchdown. Tucker Hackett, the fullback, picked up the other touchdown. Blocking-wise, only 1 sack allowed by an offensive lineman, Brennan Gallarda. Defensively, Harvey Gardner had himself a great game. Quite a few tackles for loss. A couple of sacks in that game as well. And a pick from Avius Hutton. Gets the job done and seals the deal. A lot of trouble going on in Kansas City. But for now, we have a chance to build some momentum. As Vincent Wilson goes up an overall point. We'll probably make him better as a deep threat. Hopefully he goes up to an 84. He did not, but that's okay. That's okay. Deep route. Oh yeah, there we go. I'm much more happier with that. Gets better as a route runner, and he needed that. So there you go. Doesn't go up an overall point, but attribute improvements, I'll take it. Beautifully done. We go to week 11 to play Philadelphia. And as far as what happens the rest of the way with this season, who the hell knows at this point, man. Sidney Fletcher, hopefully we can bring you back for relatively cheap. And we'll try to bring back McIntosh and Trapp, and then everybody else can walk. Salary needs improvement. Yeah, you have some nerve. But yeah, everybody else there can go. Including Xavier James, who ended up being pretty damn good for us this year, despite being just a fill player for us. So let's see what we have here again. Defensive tackles. We will... Ooh, okay, if this next 5th round guy's bad, I'm dropping. Okay, let's scout the 5th round, even if they're all terrible. All right, a couple of them were. Yeah, we won't scout the 6th round. We're moving on to linebackers. Yeah, we'll have all the time in the world as well to scout at the secondary, especially corners. But, you know, again, after having Meyer, I believe it was, out of the 2 corners dropping overall, we definitely need to look at bringing in another corner. Linebackers? No linebacker scout. Really? That's no defensive. Okay, there's 1 defensive back scout, too. So, Christian Garrett, welcome aboard, and we'll probably actually scout the secondary first. We'll have plenty of points, though, obviously, but we're gonna have to waste some points on, or, you know, not be able to maximize the points. Hello, that guy. Might as well scout these guys, too. Not gonna be able to maximize the points on linebackers, is the point that I was trying to make. We host Philadelphia. They are struggling themselves. We are currently just a game back of the Rams because of that tie. This could go either way. Like, who's the best team in the league right now? What's their record? 8-1. Okay. I was wondering. It's Cleveland, who always turn into absolute monsters. Let's do this. We're capable. We know we can get it done. Thursday prime time, to the surprise of absolutely nobody, because we play on nearly every Thursday. Let's see how this goes. A huge winning play in the final 2 minutes of the last game. Is that the moment? Is that the turning point? We thought a few weeks ago that we may have seen the turning point, only for us to absolutely blow it and go on a 3-game losing streak. So you never quite know what you're going to deal with this team. But that's all right. We got this. I'm fairly certain this is finally it. Because I have to show confidence in our team. Because if I don't, then, I mean, it wouldn't be as heartbreaking when they ultimately fuck it up. And they probably will. Through the first 15 we go. Philadelphia scores on the opening drive. It is 7-0. And that score holds through the first. Through the second we go. A couple of turnovers left and right. And a late drive doesn't result in any points for us. 7-0. We are yet again shut out as of halftime. Through the third quarter we go. We do get a touchdown to start things off. Philadelphia marches right back down, though, and gets one of their own to regain that 7-point lead, as this is going to be a very big drive for us. Can we get anything going? We did. Till we were forced to punt, I suppose. It's always weird how it does that. Yellow makes you think of like a turnover, but I don't know. This game's weird. Philly marches down the field, 21-7. It's over. It is over. Yeah. 21-7. Nagy is all of us right now. Week to week, you do not know what you're going to see from this team. And it's so frustrating. 29 of 48 from McCormick, just under 300 yards, a touchdown and a pick. Hughes, 65 yards rushing. Receiving-wise, 89 yards for Sapp, 82 for Wilson. Sapp led the way in terms of receptions. Touchdown for Wilson. The O-line held up for the most part. Christie had himself a really good game. We got the quarterback a couple of times. Farrell missed a field goal, but wow. Wow. From game to game, week to week, you just don't know what version of this team, what version of these individual players are going to show up. It's a complete coin toss as to what we're going to see, and it's crazy, as the secondary is going to improve quite handedly here. I'm going to make Griffith improve in that way, up to an 88. Absolute monster. Superstar there, and then A.J. Ross, going to have him improve in zone. He gets up to an 85. Beautiful. Star development at 23. He's only going to get better. Which is what you would like to say about the defense and the team in general. Not quite. All right, McIntosh, there you go. There's your extortion. Yeah, I bet that is the offer you were hoping to get. I don't know what to do with this team. I have no idea. Nothing we have done on the offensive side of things has worked. Unfortunately, vertical zone runs only improved in terms of a scheme fit. Oh man. It's just brutal. It really is. I think I'm going to go Tampa 2. I don't know if we're getting rushed or if we're getting, just crushed by the passing game, the running game, or both, but screw it. Let's try to defend the passing game. What's the worst that could happen? We'll probably still stick with the New England deal. At this point, what does it even matter? As the Elgato shits out, that's always fun. Is it going to reconnect? Yes, it is. Cool. I'm going to leave that part in. A little bit of behind-the-scenes work as the Elgato just randomly decides, I'm taking a break. Guess what, Elgato? No, you're not. Right back to work. Crack the whip. Fuck it. Let's run the Tampa 2 this week. See what we can do. We do need to scout out players, though, before we can play Seattle. My God, this season has been such a shit show. If any of these guys in the 5th round are terrible, I'm going to scout one more. Yeah, okay, we're done there. Free safeties, no first round talents on that front. And in general, the quality of talent there just isn't there. I mean, the Rams lost, too. We're right there. We are right there. We can still make the playoffs. We play the 3-7 Hawks. About the same overall. What team is going to show up this week? Place your bets now. Is it going to be the team that can actually get something going offensively? Is it going to be a strong defense? Who the hell knows at this point? But maybe switching to a Tampa 2 is what we needed. Reginald Boone, Jesus Christ, he has hands for days. They also have Kareem Hunt. Maybe not the game to switch to a pass defense when Kareem Hunt's here, but in terms of running the 4-6, that's not working because we just get passed all over the place. The 3-4, 4-3, that's not working, so fuck it. Tampa 2. What's the worst that happens? We get blown out? Maybe. We do get the opening 3 points of this game, the only 3 points of the first. Let's go through the second now and see if anything happens. And the answer is yes. Seattle scores 7-3 at halftime. Through the third, can the offense get anything going? I meant our offense, thanks. It's 17-3 Seattle. Heading into the fourth quarter. Jesus. 20-3. 20-3. 23-3. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know anymore. I really don't. I'm just going to take a snap and throw an interception to make myself feel better. Sound good? Cool. I was playing Blitz the League earlier, so I might not remember what I'm doing. Good catch there by Sapp. Let's go, hurry up. Come on, boys. Wow, McCormick is now over 100 yards because of that play. Before that, though, he wasn't. That is absolutely horrific. Oh, hit the wrong button. Damn it. Meant to go to B. Accidentally hit A. The lobbed pass, too, by McCormick. Not quite a bullet. That's all right, though. That's all right. Why? Because why? Who cares? Who cares? I'm already doing better than what the AI was doing on their own. We all know that to be true. Oh, Hughes! You're a receiving back. You are a receiving back, and you drop that ball. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Oh my God. Clearly that's the issue, huh? Hap. I knew the flag was coming, so I'm like, fuck it. Who cares? Who cares? Holding on the... Yep, that's great. That's great. That's going to be a turnover on downs. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. All right, we're done here. We're done here. Oh, God. I was just trying to string together a couple of completions. But, of course, it's at the end of the game, and they're going to make it difficult to throw the ball anyway. Oh, nice glitched out screen there. Who gives a fuck? Just who cares? We lost again. That's all you need to know. I can't believe how bad this team is on offense. How poor we have been throughout this entire episode. I refuse to believe that we're this bad offensively. But no matter what we do, we cannot get anything going. We cannot get anything done. McCormick is going to be a 90 here. So for those of you who said he wouldn't make it, by the way, there you go. Just, wow. We have a 90 overall quarterback, and we cannot win games. Like, I imagine we have to have the worst point per game in the league, right? McCormick is 6th in passing yards, but 43rd in passer rating. It's unbelievable. So here, I want to check this. Total offensive yards. Where are we? Mid-table? Mid-table. Where are we in terms of points per game? 16! Oh my God. That is unbelievable. We average more than 500 yards more per game than the Broncos. Or actually, in fairness, that's total yards, my bad. Still, we have a more potent offense than the Broncos, yet they have more points per game than us. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say here. As far as what is the solution to get this team going. I mean, I've tried everything. In terms of every scheme fit, every hope, every prayer. I mean, again, I know the team itself isn't amazing, but we're running into teams the same caliber. And how many times have we been shut out heading into halftime today? It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. So fuck it. We'll go back to the run and shoot. We'll go back to the 4-6 and just worry about the scheme fit. Offensively, who the fuck knows? I mean, you would have thought that the Rams' offensive playbook would be a good fit for us, but apparently not. I'm just trying to, just trying to figure out what the hell we're doing here. Because I don't know. I'm trying to think of anything that could potentially result in us actually being successful. And just nothing is working. I need a team that has a 3-4 and a 4-3, but also runs the 4-6. Does that exist? Probably not. That's okay, though. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything is going to be fine. We're finally going to turn the page one of these days, guys. One of these days, we'll start playing like a fucking team. Not today. Fuck it, we'll run the... we don't want to run the Patricia defense. I'd seen the Patricia defense enough over the years. Thanks. Thanks. Oh, God. Fuck it, we'll stick with the... and we'll go with the Chargers defense. It's fine. Does it really matter? Probably not. Standings-wise, we're still right there because the Rams lost again. The funny thing is we could still make the playoffs. And the worst part of that is... if we do, we're probably doing nothing more than screwing ourselves out of a better draft pick. Because let's be honest, we need the help. Clearly, we need the help. We're not there. We should be there. This team should be good enough. But we are very much not. As frustrating as that is. Otha Middlebrooks or Harris Bright, one of you two, you're going to have to save us next year. Oh boy, this is not a very good crop of corners, is it? Not at all. Maybe there isn't a top pick to be had. We play Washington on the road here in Week 13. Again, they are just one overall point better than us. Like, every team has been just about the same rating from a 78 to an 80 that we've played basically all year. And we just can't get it going. The funny thing about McCormick, though, is he actually is a half-decent scrambling quarterback. Maybe we do go to the spread offense sometime soon. Let him use his wheels a little bit more than we have been. That'll be the next deal. I mean, if the setup here doesn't work, we'll go to the spread offense and hope for the best. Just trying to find anything that can result in us putting up more than 3 points before halftime, basically. Let's see what happens here. Through the first we go. Washington gets a touchdown to kick things off. And they're about to add another one. It is 14-0. As we approach halftime, 14-3 is the score. 3 points. Through the third quarter we go. We do get another field goal. 14-16, now 14-9. But again, the offense can't close. Washington's about to score. And they do. It's 17-9 with 13 minutes to go. Let's see if the offense can get anything going. The answer is yes, and we tie it up at 17. Successful 2-point conversion. It was a 29-yard touchdown for Hughes, or for Jamius Mack. Hughes with that 2-point conversion. Washington on their next drive comes up short. Way on the punt. Pins us back to the 20. Can the offense get anything going? The answer is very much no. A pretty poor punt there from Tootin. Washington marches down and gets a field goal with 1:32 remaining. And if we do not have another moment of magic here from the likes of McCormick and Jamius Mack, this will go down as a loss and will ultimately serve as the backbreaker. I would assume McCormick, quick throw out wide to Sapp. Picks up a couple of yards, 4 to be exact. That moves McCormick over 200 yards on the day, where, again, I can't help but feel that he has been struggling over the past few weeks for whatever reason. I mean, we've tried so many different scheme fits, playbooks, and the playbooks really do match up with him picking up some good yardage. Another throw out wide to Sapp. He'll get the first down. 1:24 on the clock. All 3 timeouts still in play as Sapp gets out of bounds, his 4th reception of the game. I don't know. Maybe we should go back to a certain offensive setup. But again, maybe it's the playbook. Maybe it's the fit. Most people say it's just the playbooks that matter. What a catch by Rashawn Sapp. Oh my God, a fairly brutal throw from McCormick, but if you're a great quarterback, people consider that a masterpiece. We do get the first down, though. McCormick, again, rolls out, looking, goes down, thankfully doesn't fumble. It's 2nd and 20 with 58 seconds to go as they run the hurry up. I figured out the reason for the hurry up, and it was because if you sim by 1 play, it fucks it all up. So at least we learned our lesson the other day. 45 on the clock. McCormick throws over the middle to Farrell. He'll pick up a little bit of yardage. Timeout is called. 3rd and 14 from their own 49. 43 seconds to go. Can McCormick pull this off? There we go. Stays in the pocket. Tries to throw over the middle. It gets broken up. 4th and 14 coming up. This is the game. Right here, the AI's unwillingness to get rid of a ball because we can't program that, can we, EA? McCormick. Here we go. Looking, throws, caught by Irvin. He's short. That's the ball game. The Washington defense holds on. It is another loss against a very winnable. In a different world, this team would be 8-1, 8-5. I don't understand it. Thank you for showing me replays, EA. I really do appreciate it. Just get it over with. 20-17 is your final score. And this Cardinals team is such a fucking headache right now. 19 of 38, 244. I don't care. I don't care to know what the stats were for them this week. Do you? I don't. I really don't. Oh, man. Now 4-8 on the season. We're still, the Rams, nobody's winning. Nobody wants to win this division. We could still make the playoffs. As batshit insane as that is, we could still make it. I don't know if I want us to, but we can still make it. If we win this game against the Seahawks, we have a very good chance, but I don't know what to do. I genuinely don't. We've tried every fucking scheme fit in the books. We've tried every fucking playbook in the books. And just nothing. Holy fucking linebacker talent this year. Good Lord. Yeah, the morale's starting to hit. Only thing I can think of is just go to the depth chart, auto reorder, let the game do what it wants to do, and we'll see what we get. That's what I'm going to do. I'll let the game roll with what it thinks to be the best lineup, and we'll take it from there. Still running the run and shoot offense. 4-6 defense for the hell of it. And I don't know. Passing short, throwing deep when using play action. Maybe we should start throwing deep. Fuck it. Passing it intermediate, passing deep off the play action. Philly might work. Yeah, Philly might work here. Outside of that, I go to a New England setup and just hope for the best. Fuck it. When in doubt, copy the best. We'll go with the New England playbook and hope that it works. Fuck it. 4-8 Cardinals against the 5-7 Seahawks. Can we get a win to try and keep our playoff hopes alive? If we fall short here, we are basically screwed. Although maybe not. Well, technically we would be, because again, we're playing the Seahawks. We play the Rams the last week of the season. Oh man, I just can't believe the situation we're finding ourselves in. We should be so much better than this. See what happens though. Can we dig ourselves out of it? In Seattle, let's do this. Through the first we go. Seahawks strike first, 7-0. Again, we're shut out in the first quarter. To halftime. Can we get on the board? We do. 7-all, 10-7, and that will be the score. At the half, we go through the third. We start off with an opening field goal to tie it. It's 10-all in the fourth. Let's see what happens as we are forced to punt. Seattle takes over and are also forced to punt within just a few short moments. Another chance offensively. We get a field goal out of it. It's 13-10 with 9:23 remaining. The Seahawks, again, cannot get anything going. On this drive, starting at around 9, we're forced to punt very quickly. Seattle, with 7 minutes left, take over and tie the game with 4.5 to go. Can the offense get anything going? Marching downfield, we kick a field goal with 29 seconds left. Can we hold on? That is the question. Seattle has a dropped pass. Second down to Reginald Boone, and this is it. This is it. One play, maybe two. Then again, Seattle, they don't have timeouts. One play. I can't imagine they're not going deep here. This is it. Can the defense hold on? Chase drops back, throws short to Boone, tackled. Cardinals win 16-13 in a huge game for the sake of momentum. Why did the clock stop? They don't have timeouts. What the fuck? Am I blind? Did they not have a timeout? It's picked by Griffith, doesn't matter. Griffith ends it. Cardinals win 16-13. And we are right back in the hunt in terms of the playoff scenarios. 21 of 35, McCormick 230 yards. Hughes over 100 yards rushing, but Reynaud with the touchdown. It was Mack, Marshall, Farrell all with 5 receptions. Mack led the way in terms of yardage. The O-line got roughed up a little bit defensively. Klemm did all right. Couple of sacks that game, 3 interceptions. Meyer, Griffith, and Klemm and Grant 3 for 3. Not exactly the most inspiring victory, but 16-13 puts us right back into the hunt. George Christie and Quayshawn Ramsey finally get some points here. That bumps Christie up to an 84. Ramsey, I hope, will at least hit an 80 overall. So we were hoping he'd be a little bit better, bump him up as a pass protector, and indeed, he goes up to an 80 overall. Good improvements across the board there. He's still just 22. Hey, more points. Lucas Jensen also goes up. Gonna make him better in terms of power just to get him up to an 80. That should work. Decent there. And Antoine Good is not ours, so we'll auto-upgrade him. I'm not too concerned. The question is, with 3 games left this season, do we have what it takes to get the job done? Giants, Niners, and Rams, those last 2 games, of course, are so important as we take on division rivals. Please don't crash. Does it still crash the game? All right, cool. That used to crash the mode, at least. I want to get rid of the scouting points here. Get rid of them. Use them. Call it what you will. As we'll continue to scout out linebackers. There's quite a few. And again, all these points are going to be draining relatively quickly. We'll hold off on scouting the 5th rounders for now until we take a look at everybody else. There's a decent amount of linebacker talent. What's the playoff situation? The Rams won. So at 5-8, we have a chance. The Niners are basically out of it. Although not really. We could still make this happen. We could still make this happen. As insane as that is, there is a chance. There is a chance that we could make the playoffs. It's it's not any more certain, though, than it was at the start of this episode. But I am indeed saying that there is a chance. In the next episode, Week 15, 16, and 17. After that, will it be playoff time in Arizona for the first time in the series, or will we be setting the stage for yet another draft? Oh my God.